at just the right time, Kris Kringle turns up at the parade and rescues not just the parade, but as the story goes on, you get to see that it saves the store and the jobs of Miss Walker and countless others. Now, Miss Walker was there on the spot. She had a conversation with him, but she failed to recognize the miracle of the moment. She failed to see the significance of hiring Kris Kringle at that very desperate time to be the store Santa, just what that was going to turn out like. Paul says, but when the right time came, God sent his son, born of a woman, subject to the law. We cannot understand the miracle of Christmas merely in terms of that static moment in time. We have to understand it in context. God's plan for the salvation of the world has to be understood in the framework of his actions throughout history. Go back into the Old Testament, right at the beginning of the Old Testament, and many of you will know that God gave an irrevocable promise to Abraham that he would redeem the world through him and his family and his descendants. Then 430 years later, God gave the law through Moses. We call them the Ten Commandments. And then as the Old Testament unfolds, we come to the time that God had set. Previously, God had set to send his son. The problem is, of course, when we think of the Christmas story, most people miss the miracle of the moment then as well. At the time of Jesus' birth, most people didn't even recognize the significance of that birth. People were much too busy to pay attention to the young girl who was giving birth to her first child out in a stable in Bethlehem.